It's me. I was wondering if you hit that subscribe button. You need to do it right now. I ain't playing, gonna hit that subscribe button. Hello, hit it. What's up, everybody? Sakpase, it's your girlie Gypsia. Just wanted to serenade you guys a little bit for tonight. So we are back with another episode. This one I am really excited about. Honestly, this topic is what really got my mojo back and going in terms of being creative again and really having some thought-provoking conversations. And as you guys see, I got the lights going. They're actually purple, but they look blue on camera. But yeah, I'm having a bomb little Halloween soiree this weekend, so it's going to be pretty cool. So I've got these lights for it. But this conversation, again, this podcast is about, what's going on in social media, how it affects society, and more about, relationships. So to get things started, so I'm divorced, he's divorced, she's divorced. We all divorced. Everybody seems to be getting divorced right now. I'm not divorced. I ain't never been married, actually. I just thought, it would be kind of, whatever. Anyways, everybody seems to be getting divorced. Literally, we've had possibly like 6 couples that have announced that they're getting divorced in the same week, honestly, even the same day. So I really wanted to break down one that really hit the Black community even more. I'm big on the Black community. And sorry, I am researching the page right now. Sorry. So Tia Mowry and Corey Mowry. I'm kidding. My bad. Corey Hardrick. I think his name is Hardrick. Hardrick. Mr. Tia. So she has announced that they are going their separate ways. With this post, that can actually be our post of the week plus, our topic for today. So she posted a photo where, they both looked so sweet. But, he seems to always look very dull and nonchalant at her while she's just full of love. So that's what we're going to also be tackling and talking about, because I myself was in a relationship where I was a little bit more in love than the guy. I looked at the guy with more googly eyes than he did, and he always looked blank-faced and dead. And how that can affect a relationship. So anyways, she says, and I quote, "I have always been honest with my fans, and today is no different. I wanted to share that Corey and I have decided to go our separate ways. These decisions are never easy and not without sadness. We will maintain a friendship as we co-parent our beautiful children. I am grateful for all of the happy times we had together and want to thank my friends, family, and fans for your love and support as we start this new chapter moving forward in our lives." Excuse me, y'all, for some allergies, fall allergies. Apparently I have them now. So this really put a shocker in the community, because what? Now, there was an interview that Tia had, and the reporter that was, interviewing her was like, "You know what? You're glowing." And she said, "You know what? Everyone has been telling me that." And they were like, "Well, what's the secret? What's going on?" She said, "Self-love." Baby. It's like, she's speaking to my spirit. She's speaking to where I'm becoming as a woman, where I was nearly 10 months ago, earlier this year in January. And what makes me happy is that I figured this out at 28 and not in my 40s like she did. Because it seems like a lot of women of our last generations are really figuring out that self-love is the most important love once they tackle their 40s. And mama looks good. Mama is playing with the camera. Mama got her hair did all the time. Mama is in makeup. Now, she's probably sad, of course, but who knows how long they've been separated before they actually announced it. But this right here, this post, like, listen to what it says in the background. Hold up.
I know you hate to admit it. There's a lot of other people you could be falling in love with, but you're choosing you.
Yep. Let's see, hold on.
You're falling in love with yourself.
And she said,
I know you hate to admit
this
it.
chapter of my life is called My
There's a lot
Turn.
of other people you could be falling in love with, but you're choosing you.
And where she says, I am love, I am peace. Baby, let me tell all my men, okay? Let me tell all of my men. Come here, round table, my guys, okay? If your woman is starting to talk that way, baby, just pack it on up and exit stage left, because she's about to leave you. Because honestly, when I started speaking those words outwardly, Mama left her a 3-year relationship that was very toxic with, a narcissist, honestly speaking. I don't really like to use that term so much, but he definitely fit the description. There's a lot of things that happened in my previous relationship that really tore my self-esteem down. But let's start with Tia and Corey. So they were 14 years married and 22 years together, if I'm not mistaken. But they met apparently at a bus stop. He was waiting to shoot, or he was coming back from shooting a movie or a show, and the sister, they pulled up and gave him a ride, and then that's when everything started. And something that Corey would always say, and this is also a thing, because I went through that too. I'm just happy it took me 3 years and not 22 years. That, he would always say that, I always loved Tia because she was with me when I was broke, when I was poor and I didn't have anything. And I really want to start discussing how problematic that is. I'm going to put my book over here. It's very problematic for a man when he describes and talks about his woman to public, or even to her. When he only says he loves her because of what she does for him. Now, many people, even men, would say, well, I mean, it's still a compliment. I'm just expressing why I love my woman. But here's the thing. The thing is, when you really love someone, you talk about they're funny, they're charismatic, they're caring, they're loving, they are family oriented, they're selfless, they're resilient, they are empathetic, they are understanding. That's when you really describe why you love someone. Now, if you say, I love this person because they helped me when I was low, they were there for me when I didn't have anything, everyone fell off and that person was there for me, that doesn't really describe why you really love an individual. And a lot of times I see men getting into relationships with women because of who they can be for them, what the woman can be for the man. I experienced that. I was in a relationship where I was very open, very understanding. I took in where he was at in his life. He was really in a space where he really had no business being in a relationship with anybody. But I understood that, and I still took a chance and took a risk. My bad. Horrible decision. But still, nevertheless, a great experience, because I wouldn't be this self-confident, self-loving woman that I am today if I hadn't gone through that. He did come with kids, took them on. I mean, really took them on. Like, Mama was playing stepmama, and Mama didn't even have a ring. Y'all excuse me, because this little camisole I got under here is, yeah. And one thing too, like you can always tell what someone feels for someone when they interact with each other. How the guy is, if he really feels the girl out, if he really is feeling the girl, um, no matter how many years there is, there's still this thing, this twinkle in his eye. Not necessarily a twinkle in a romantic way, but just like even this respect and admiration, not this face of just blah. And I dealt with, a relationship where that's the way that he looked at me. Um, and maybe it was different before. Maybe he did have the twinkle in his eye, and maybe he did feel for her in that way. Um, but you could kind of, it's weird because I remember being in that type of dynamic where the guy was just so nonchalant that I wasn't even sure if he was attracted to me. And lo and behold, as the time went on, it did come out, and he did admit that he was not. um, that really lowered my self esteem. And I think when you are in a dynamic with someone, and one thing I will take too, I will never say that he took my self esteem away. He took my confidence away. I allowed him to take it. This is where I will hold myself accountable, because nobody can make you feel anything about yourself if you love yourself and if you have the self confidence that you need. You can have hurt feelings, but you can take that power back when you really love yourself. And seeing with Tia talking about self-love and how it's her turn, and how she's glowing, but she's glowing in a space where she's healing, and um she's doing what's best for her and her kids and what will make her a good mother and overall person. I can really relate to that so much, because I realized that once I left that relationship that was toxic, I wasn't receiving true, authentic love, care, and respect. I I was able to really own who I was as a person, because I made a decision for myself for the first time in my life that was quote unquote selfish. I left when things got tough. Most people would say, "Oh, you should have hung in there" and stuff like that. Y'all, if you would have known the details, y'all would have said, "Why didn't you leave within after 6 months of being with this guy?" But love is blind. Um, I got up and I said, "No, thank you." These were the things that he was willing to offer me, and I said, "This is not for me." He was offering a space where I couldn't be who I truly was. Um, the super energetic, in your face, spicy Caribbean girl, who has this zest and love for life, this zest and love for family and friends and adventures, and not wanting to be stuck in a house all the time. I was made to feel like that was wrong. Um, and one thing about women, like women that have that type of personality trait where we are very bubbly and social and things like that, it can be hard to really find someone who really understands that. You really have to find a man that either A is has the same spirit as you in terms of that personality trait, or two, you need to have a guy who has balance if he is an introvert. He needs to have a balance of where he's introverted, but he also likes to be around people and seek adventures and have fun in life. If not, you will land yourself in a relationship that is just you. It's just dead, because it's also about compatibility and lifestyle choices and habits. Because if one person, that was another reason why that relationship didn't work out. What that person envisioned for themselves in terms of their day to day life completely did not match what I was looking for, what I wanted for myself and my children. So that was the first time in my life that I walked away because of incompatibility. Not because the love was lost, but because of incompatibility and the fact that I was not valued. And it sounds like that's what Tia did. Um, it sounds like she is leaving a situation that is no longer serving her. And that is such a powerful thing. It really is to really project yourself and really think, I've done X amount of years with this person, and this has been what my quality of life has been. Do I want the same X amount of years to repeat? And a lot of times, if it's a no, there's nothing else that you need to give. Because someone who isn't filling your cup is not worth staying for. I don't care. I don't care, because a relationship is about filling each other's cups. Now, things can happen to where there's moments and times where if that's not happening, we're not talking about that. I'm talking about where it's always been that way. You just try to keep trucking along because, as women, when we're in love, we just try until we just say bump it. But to take that power back in my life and really saying, like, this is what I want my life to be, and you're not providing that for me, so I gotta go. I know what I'm worth. I remember what my sister and my dad taught me. I'm worth way more than what you're willing to give. And honestly, I don't know what you're about to do, because what you give ain't hell. No other girl want to take it either. So maybe you need to go back to your drawing board and really figure out what growth you need to go through. But I don't think you need to do that with me, because this is where the issues stop. I'm getting away from the table, and I gotta go. I was very proud of myself, which is so funny. When your person ain't really great, when all your family and your friends are like, oof, whoo, congratulations. um so yeah, it is. It really is. It's a powerful thing to really realize who you are as a woman. And even though there's just this big hole of just the unknown. And I remember seeing my future and just seeing black. I'm like, oh my God, like I've spent all these years with this person. What is my life going to look like? But after I had a week worth of crying, I woke up that next Monday and I said, hope. Hope that I can find a guy where I can cultivate something real and beautiful and love that's being reciprocated. This give and take relationship that I've always dreamed of, being covered. Let me tell you, being covered by a man is such a beautiful feeling. Knowing that somebody got you, um, and knowing that, you're covering that person too, you know, um, and it leaves space for the person that matches who you are to come in. And even if it's just to finding out who you are and regaining your confidence and your self-love, baby, when I tell you, it is the most beautiful journey. I I absolutely love who I am through and through today because of that girl that I picked up from the floor. I let myself go for a guy, for love, um, in hopes that I would be chosen. That's another thing too, in hopes that I would be chosen. And a lot of times too, just because somebody marries you doesn't mean that they choose you. Sometimes it could be they just tolerate you. Of course, I was not married, but I really felt like in my last relationship, I was tolerated. I wasn't celebrated at all. And to celebrate myself now, um, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful journey to really go through and sit down and hone in as to who you are as a woman, as a person. And then you just leave this energy and space in your universe to really have someone come in that really cares for you. The relationship that I'm in now, I truly feel like I am thoroughly cared for, not only as just a lover, a girlfriend, but really as a friend. And that's what's really important. And I even, told my partner that even if this doesn't last, I appreciate and am so grateful that I've gotten to experience a relationship where I'm truly cared for through and through in the smallest amount of ways and in the biggest amount of ways. Because not many people can say that they've experienced that kind of connection with another human being. That's not a family member. That's not a close friend. Um, because technically speaking, my partner and I, we started being friends. We were friends for a while before things developed and where we're at now. And it's been beautiful to see his growth, to see my growth in the last X amount of months. Like I said, celebrating who I am all the time and being happy and speaking my truth now because mama just can't shut up. So I kind of got to find a medium because now I went from not speaking my truth to now speaking it too damn much. And I need to figure out how to kind of find that middle balance. But I leave no rocks unturned anymore. Um, I am strength, I am love, and I am peace now. I am in this sense of peace within myself. So in terms of Tia, I get you, girl. I get it. I'm just glad I ain't do 22 years and had kids. Thank you, Jesus. Yes. Well, guys, please let me know. I would love to know what you think in terms of the divorce with Tia and her man, Corey. And also, what's your story in terms of your journey to self love and self confidence and really owning who you are and your truth? Make sure you subscribe, make sure you share and comment, and make sure you like. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.